Ebusianfo na etie fo ani die kwan so mema obi bia akwa baba channel so mepacho aha ye daily update TV ani die kwan so send no first time over channel so make sure so tie news ni we na so ani you be subscribe for more updates like any share news ni so ma love you say bi enti yakopon hia no onyo kese mepacho wo tie ni so so comment bi so constructively make sure so be share comment section no one box bi na one so comment box no mepacho fatum ye beje ni akenkan yakopon hia no onyo kese that's we na mepacho Nansiana ye Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the campaign team members betudwa ana we ni na our campaign and with the manifesto omo so far omo be deda baby bebre ano a so far ono no hu se omo nda wa me fa se committee na wate se committee we koda no so committee we koda no nti buana yentro manifesto a fasa committee hu na no mu na yete se ye for mechanism yes ye former Black Star player Samojan so na Bawumia ebo ni din se so far oka omo be dey one oka omo beboa na omatwa manifesto in your friends in relation to sports and as a relative to sports department fine na no na ye you can say ye papa baako ye papa yes Kesi Pratt and wapia ba abonten na ne kasa mu nyina no person o kire say asamoja ne over the bar after all ye kobo ball no kra na the time na ye needy asamoja na nkasa no gidigidi no ye kaya ye kobo World Cup bi ye ne Uruguay ma nya penalty na asamoja nkoje no boy ono ball na o senti no ye papa Kesi Pratt o say asamoja baby o no eno no so far omo American say Bawumia kra appointing say under sa committee na no kra no eno no nkire say kinki ani 2050 pesos 2016 no as say kinki 25 cedis no ebeti aba enti no ehwo no wo no mfaso bia ni so somehow a useless position on their man no enti no so far on the asem obeka so asamojan so far ututi ne common in some kan nyina o person che asamojan ni over the bar or you over the bar your friends a player or you over the bar nipa mana you know no they do wa accomplishing yema bebre wa achieving yema bebre and you review as such like you review as that you know so aspect you know your man is respecting and then so we the ontimi nya hwe nti o de men sombre ye be koni akoti nsem na nkasa free ye papa panyi Kesi Pratt ye be akoti nsem na free na no na say the maka no comment bi to constructively fashion comment section ye be gene akinkan yankopon cha no yakes me that's very
to find out or establish what all of this is intended to achieve. Formation of campaign teams, organization of campaign, manifesto, you know, all of that. What is it that is intended to achieve? It's clear to me that all of this is intended to achieve the well-being of the people of Ghana. So formation of campaign teams, organizing campaigns, all of those things, ultimately, if it does not lead to the stability of food prices, of services, and so on, it's a useless exercise, no matter who you put on your campaign team. In the final analysis, it must lead to the construction of better roads for our people. In the final analysis, it ought to lead to the improvement of access to social services such as education, health, and so on. You understand? So, MPP's campaign team and so on, what can we see that this campaign team can achieve, for the people of this country? Now, the most important thing is that all those who are on the campaign team have contributed to the drawing up of programs, plans, and so on, and their implementation over the last 7 years. There's no new person. Nobody has come from outer space. It's the same people who have run this country for 7 years. Now, is there a change in direction? Is there a signal in change of policy and so on? None whatsoever. So, in evaluating this campaign team, I think it's important also to look at where we were 7 years ago and where we are today. And if we did look at that, the picture is not so rosy. It's frightening. You understand? The price of kinky has risen from 50 pesos, not to 1 cedi, it hasn't doubled. We've reached the point where the price of kinky is actually 5 cedis today. 1,000% increase in the price of kinky. This campaign team, what is it going to do? Is it going to work such that the price of kinky will remain at 5 cedis? Or there's a possibility or likelihood that it will increase even further? Now, there's also credibility, you understand. These are the same crop of people who told us that price increases, petroleum price increases, is a big problem. Every one of them. Since they assumed power, over a period of 7 years that they have governed us, where are petroleum prices today? Astronomical increases, and so on. Now, one of the things that they have spoken about so proudly is the fact that they have managed to introduce free education at the senior secondary school level. And that as a result of the introduction of free SHS, access to education has improved tremendously. Of course, anybody who is literate or who listens to radio and watches television, reads the newspapers and so on, cannot miss the fact that in their negotiations with the International Monetary Fund, the fund and the government agreed that something needs to be done about free SHS and that the program needs to be reviewed. And they're saying that yes, access may have improved, but quality has fallen. What is it that assures us that the quality of education will improve? I don't know, and I don't see that in this, campaign team that has been established. Then, in our country, when political parties talk about campaign, what are they actually talking about? One of the things that campaign teams do is to put out intentions, manifestos as well. Now, all of us know that the many manifestos which have been put forward to convince us to have faith in political parties have not been implemented. And indeed, if you take the New Patriotic Party, it has the worst record of implementing campaign promises. And I don't want to waste my time listing campaign promises which have not been fulfilled. $1 million for every constituency every year. It's clear. One district, one factory is a total disaster. A dam, in every village and so on. I mean, every village. Yes, And so, we're told that by the end of the first year, there'll be no place in this country without a decent toilet. And water. We can go on and on and on and on. that by the end of the first year, Accra would have become the neatest city in Africa. And so we were told that God will be so happy with this regime because it will succeed in building a house of worship, an extraordinary house of worship for God, and so on. And numerous promises have not been achieved. So I think that we've come to the point where really just the presentation of a manifesto may not be sufficient to convince voters, of the intentions and capacity of parties which are seeking to capture power, or who are seeking to hang on to power. So that's another important dimension. I mean, the flag bearer, the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, promised so much. The stability of the city. Where is it? You understand? And so many, so I'm not worried about that. But you see, in our part of the world, when political parties speak of campaigns, what are they? They go and bring musicians, mount a stage at Labadi Beach, let them play some real beautiful high life, and it's free. You don't pay to attend. They go there, they sing all night and dance all night and go home. They think it's campaign. Okay? They get some beautiful ladies, put party t-shirts on them, let them fill our streets and show us their vital statistics and so on. They say it's campaign. Ladies for that, ladies for this, and so on. That is the idea of campaigning. Sometimes get a few demented people to whip up ethnic sentiments and religious sentiments and so on. They say they are campaigning. I think this country is fed up with that kind of campaign. So all the campaign teams and so on, please don't think that we are going to organize musical jamborees for us and then we'll follow you because we are organizing musical jamborees. It is useless. Now, 3-hour jamboree, 6-hour jamboree at the beach. What does it do? In order to ensure that we can eat and drink water and go to school, and when we fall sick, can get treatment. All these musical jamborees, they are so useless, you understand? And then the political parties sometimes actually do not respect us at all. They want to convince us to vote for them. How do they do it? They go and bring an accomplished footballer. A footballer that, we all respect. I mean, to play in the Black Stars, the Black Stars hasn't done very well over a long period of time. Even when we had clear chances to win matches, penalties and so on, we play them over the bar. You understand? But hey, listen, to be amongst 11 people selected to represent this country is an important achievement. Even if you are going to play over the bar, you understand? But to go and bring accomplished footballers and parade them before us and think that because you are parading accomplished footballers before us, we should vote for you. If we go and wake up Griffin from the dead, and let him play centre forward in a match, and eventually put him back on a manifesto committee, what does that do for me? Griffin or Reverend Oseko, who is one of my best footballers for all time. You think that today, if you make Reverend Osei the chairperson of the manifesto committee of LPG, we all go and vote for LPG. You are crazy. So this attitude to campaign is so hollow, so meaningless, and I don't know why the political parties continue to do it. Perhaps the assumption is that we are so damn stupid that we think that playing over the bar, and you know what I mean, and playing over the bar can actually result in the reduction of petroleum prices. It wouldn't. When you play over the bar, you embarrass all of us. People cannot eat, they cry and so on. We go and bring over the bar players. And you expect us, to follow you because of that and so on. Master, the problems before this country are so huge that theatricals, as is being displayed today, would not convince us that there's any bright future, ahead of us. Now, what is the political party we are talking about? We are talking about the New Patriotic Party. And you see, sometimes when I hear the leaders talk and maneuver and so on, I wonder whether they are living in cuckoo's land. Because the real problem facing the party is not the lack of a manifesto committee. Master, in only a couple of months, the party has broken into 3 political parties. How do you resolve that with a manifesto committee? 3 political parties. First is the breakaway of Mr. Alan Kojo Chematin and his butterfly movement. Only a couple of days ago, I am reading and I'm listening to this guy. What's his name? He used to be Deputy General Secretary of the party. And he says, I am forming my own political party. Nothing will stop me. Because he has seen that that party doesn't have an all-inclusive policy. And that some regions are even being left out. And so on. So it is possible to go into this election with a fractured political party. 3 factions of the same political party. Now let us assume that Nana Ubri Yabua, is that the name? Ubri Buahini, forms his political party. And at the end of the day, he only succeeds in getting 0.01% of votes. Let us assume. He is so sure that he's going to shock everybody. He says that, look, they think that my moving away would amount to nothing. They should wait and see. I don't know what they will see in the end. But let us assume that his threats are empty threats. Let us assume. And that at the end of the day, after the elections, he will get 0.01%, as many of those kinds of parties get. Now, I'm looking at the polls. And all the polls I've seen so far, they give the butterfly movement, movement for change, between 7 and 11%. Now, so at the end of the day, these breakaway factions, if what the polls are telling us is the same and will remain constant until election, will be taking away something like 8% of the votes of the party. How do you remedy that with a manifesto committee? Not just a manifesto committee of over the bar players. Hey, you see, it seems to me that they don't understand the state of their own party. They don't. I'm looking at this committee and I'm seeing my own friend, somebody that, well, sometimes, somebody that I respected a lot and actually gave me hope that something good can come out of the MPP in the future. I'm talking about Kwabena Ejapon. And he's a prominent man in this campaign. Go and listen to the campaign he launched and waged when he wanted to be flag bearer of the party. He said the party had lost its vision. It was a rudderless party. This is not the MPP that we joined. And so on. He's part of the campaign. Has he changed his views? And if he has changed his views, What kind of a person is he? That within the twinkle of an eye, is that how they say it? The twinkle of an eye, he can move into a position where he ignores all the signs of hopelessness he saw, for which he offered himself as a better alternative to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He's part of this campaign team, prominent member of this campaign team. Sana, put that aside. Now,